Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Jim from Slipknot and Stone Sour. We're at the Hammersmith Apollo on night 2 of our European tour for All Hope Is Gone. Gonna do a little bit of a gear rundown. So, let's get to it. Essentially, this is my A rack. I've got 2 of them and they're similar to each other in every aspect. A and a B. A rack is 2 Orange Rocker Verb 100 heads. One of them is powering an Orange 412 that's in this ISO cabinet, and the other head is powering these 2 412 cabinets that are in our set. I don't know if you can see that there or not. And basically that's what I fight for stage volume with Paul with. And basically straight into the heads, nothing nothing too major. I'm not using any external distortion or anything, just using the preamps from the heads for all the gain and all that. I am running a GCX system, like a MIDI switching system, but I'm just running a bunch of stomp boxes through it. I believe less is more, and I'm not really into, like rack mount effects and all that type of stuff. So, it's got a little variety of different pedals here, an acoustic simulator for the middle of Dead Memories. I got a filter that I'm using on Sick. The small stone I use in almost every song just to add a little bit of chorus to, or a little bit of a color to, like octave parts or third guitar tracks or harmonies, stuff like that. Synth wah, that gets used like when we play Eyeless, which isn't very often now, but just different effects like that. Carbon copy delay is probably one of the best delay pedals ever. I got a GTOD, one of the custom shop overdrives. Sometimes I click that on just for a little bit of lead boost or a little bit of lead color, but I actually just got this pedal and we just put it in the loop maybe 4 days ago. So it's the newest comer to the thing, and I haven't really had a lot of chance to dial it in yet. Auto cue and noise suppressor, the old Boss NS2, best, in my opinion, one of the best noise suppressors ever made. The old ones, that is. Then I'm running a custom shop Crybaby. The satellite wahs look kind of like that. They're auto on and off. And I've got 2 Audio-Technica wireless systems. They're both 2 channels, so I've got 4 channels of wireless. And we're running a Whirlwind multi-selector. Well, they're now Tour Supply makes them now. But essentially what it is each channel has a different wireless assigned to it. So, for quick changes, if I have a broken string or loss of signal or anything like that, I can change guitars, as fast as it takes to switch that button right there. And then for Slipknot, I've got Martin, my guitar tech. He does all my switching for me, and this is the foot control unit for the ground control. And basically, it's just a MIDI switcher. It's got all the different patches for the different songs and what effects that I need in the song. And then he's got the set list back here, and we're beyond the point of cheat sheets now. He's pretty much got it dialed into where he knows where he needs to switch. So he's got his own in-ear monitor system, and he listens to the set back here and does my switching, so I don't end up with a baseball bat taking my switching out, or water or pee or whatever kind of Slipknot stuff could happen. And then you always got to have a drawer or a cabinet in your rack, Really, we were going to put all this stuff in Martin's work box, but I was like, no, I want a cabinet, I think it'd be cool to have a cabinet in there, so he had to kind of find stuff to put in there, I was going to say, maybe the coffee maker or tea maker or something. All the porn, stuff like that could go in there. Then there's guitars. And basically, these are the guitars that I use live. I got 6 on the road with me right now, 4 of which are the prototypes of my signature, and 2 of them are my actual signature models, just like the ones that you could go to any guitar shop and buy. Matter of fact, I think this is one of the main ones right here that I'm using, and I believe this is a B tuning guitar, but 2 different tunings, C sharp drop to B tuning and a drop A tuning. There's only 2 songs in this particular set that are a drop A tuning. Psychosocial being one, and the Heretic Anthem being the other one. My signature models are basically a Telecaster, mahogany body, string through, hardtails, EMG 81, EMG 60 in the neck, three-way selector, one volume knob, bypass the tone. I never use it anyways. Went with a pick guard. They're essentially modeled after the custom shop model, which used to be called the Flathead, that they discontinued. And, you know, I love that guitar so much that we just kind of went with those sort of specs. And what I mean by that is fretboard is ebony, or you have a choice of maple, like on the black ones, which I'll get to later. 12-degree fretboard radius, jumbo frets. I got lockdown tuners on them. And, you know, it's a slimmer neck profile than, say, like a 50s Tele or something like that. It's actually modeled after a San Dimas Charvel soloist neck. That's pretty much it, man. I mean, it's a pretty basic guitar. There's, you know, little things like the neck contour, so you can get a little bit better access to the higher frets. You know, it's kind of hard to get up in this area with a Tele, but with that contour really helps it quite a bit, you know. Standard dot inlays and 70s style logo. You know, I'm a big fan of kind of retro vibey stuff. It didn't take very long. I mean, once I knew exactly what it was I was going for, I mean, I kind of went back and forth between Charvels and Jacksons and Fenders. And once I set my heart on the Tele, really the first set of prototypes were right on the money. I had two sets of prototypes. One for each neck, you know, two for each neck, I'm sorry. Two for the maple fretboards and two for the ebony fretboards. And they were perfect. I mean, you know, you hear a lot of guitar players, they R&D their guitars for like a year and they need 50 prototypes or this or that. And wouldn't really like that with me because I knew what I wanted, and I've been speaking with Alex and the guys over at the custom shop and the guys at Fender long enough that we kind of knew, you know, where to go with it and what I wanted, and he knows me well enough at that point that it was real easy to come up with, you know, what we got here. And I'm really happy with it, man. I mean, every time I love guitar shops, and when you're on tour and you're hanging out and there ain't anything to do on a day off, you go to a guitar shop, and every guitar shop that I've gone to that's had one of my guitars, you know, I've picked up my signature model guitar and played it, and it feels just like the ones I play on stage. I mean, and that's why I can just grab these ones like this and play them on stage, you know. And I have to say that this guitar is really, really solid, too, because this particular guitar, I actually took it off and I heaved it at Joey's drum riser because I was mad at him one night. And I threw this thing, literally, headstock first, into his drum riser. Let me show you what it did. That's all. That's all it did. It didn't break the headstock. It didn't break the neck heel. Well, I guess there's that too. But that's character, right? I mean, I was truly amazed because I walked off the stage, and then the next day I came to Martin, my guitar tech, and I was like, all right, so did you have to glue the headstock back on it? How many pieces is it in? What's wrong with it? And he's like, nothing. There's nothing wrong with it. There's a dent in the headstock. So that leads me to believe that it's a pretty solid guitar, too. One of these days I'll see, you know, actually how long it takes to smash one. Pull it together.